This week on Wildcat News, fake news is discussed.
We get a behind-the-scenes look on the Mr. Westray production.
And students sleeping in class is addressed.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now. Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Hannah Creech.
And I'm Greyson Betz.
This week in the news, the Grammys were held on February 12th. Adele won Album of the Year against Beyonce, but broke her Grammy in half to share it with her. But later, her Grammy was replaced with a new one. After the show, Joy Villa's music sales skyrocketed after her Make America Great Again dress choice.
Melania and Ivanka Trump's clothing lines have been attacked and taken out of some stores due to reactions of the recent travel ban.
As of February 9th, the controversial travel ban has been lifted. The courts appealed the ban before it reached its full 90 days.
Have you been hearing about the news surrounding the inauguration numbers?
Yeah, it's hard to tell what's true or not. As more people get their news from social media, many believe everything they see on their timeline, mostly conspiracy theories. Around election time, fake news stories and conspiracies were the focus of the internet. Junior Blake Markison and Junior Barbara Houston noticed this issue.
This is stuff that you knew couldn't be true. Sometimes it is true, but it all comes out later.
I remember this one picture of Donald Trump and his parents went around, and his parents were wearing like Klan robes. It was just photoshopped and it wasn't real, and got a lot of people really upset.
Markison and Houston try to research the news stories they come across on social media before assuming they are true.
If you see suspicious news on social media like Twitter, then you should probably do research for yourself. My history teacher, we talked to him about current events, and he's able to help us find the facts.
I've caught myself a few times like retweeting a tweet that like was fake news, and then I go and like later look at like the replies and stuff, and I see that people are like, this is fake, like look it up.
Markison believes that a big part of the problem is that people are sharing the fake news that they're seeing on social media.
If you see something so bizarre and that it can't be true, that you don't need to go spread it to everyone you know.
As of lately, fake news has sparked lots of conflict between people. Houston believes this widespread issue is creating a corrupt society.
I think people put it out just like for fun. They get bored or they want to bring attention to their like news site or account. A lot of fake news is just created to spread hate and divide people, and it's not really doing any good for anyone.
It's important to look into what you see on your timeline.
Are you excited for Mr. Westray?
Yeah, 2 of my best friends are in it.
A lot of work has gone into the production of it. Ashley Godwin reports.
The Mr. Westray pageant is coming up, and teams are working hard in their final practices.
I feel pretty good about it. I've never done anything like this, so to do something like this, it's just new, and I like new things. So.
The practices can be difficult for some contestants. Senior Connor Denning explains.
To keep up with everything that's going on, you have to memorize what you're doing.
Pageant coach Madison Morath is confident her team will win.
We have the most thought out routine. The boys are more into it, and they're having such a great time, and they're so determined to win, and they'll do anything they can to.
Much thought is put into the pageant performance. Denning explains.
We had to figure out what we're going to wear. We had to have rehearsal over and over again, and we just have to make sure that we're all on sync with everything. We know what we're doing.
For most of the boys, entering the world of pageantry is a new and unique experience.
Actually, difficult. I never really thought it would it's actually hard work, and Fisher pushes us hard in the practices.
The pageant team has a message for all of the other contestants.
Just watch out.
You're not winning, so I don't even know why y'all are trying.
Watch your backs.
Ashley Godwin, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Ashley. Make sure to come out on Friday night.
Student sleeping in class has been an issue for decades.
The average high school student on a night-to-night basis doesn't get the recommended amount of sleep. MSITA teacher Karen Lambert thinks managing busy schedules is part of the problem.
I do think that is very difficult, very challenging for students. I think as a society we just try, everybody, not just students but adults as well, we just try to do too much. So I do think it's really difficult to balance all that we're trying to do.
Junior Garrett Stevens thinks that when students are tired, it is more difficult to learn.
Sometimes I notice that if I'm tired, I'll hear something and then have to hear it 3 more times before it makes any sense.
Stevens believes that the problem isn't the start time, but it's the students' fault they don't get enough sleep.
Instead of starting your homework right when you get home, a lot of people start it at 5 o'clock, and it starts getting really overwhelming.
Lambert and Stevens share different opinions on why students sleep in class.
I do think the early start time has an effect on people sleeping in a class because People do get very sleepy, but then I also think that they stay up too late. So I think that they could probably solve that problem by going to bed a little earlier.
I don't know how you could incentivize your students to get more sleep, because as I said, a lot of the times it's the students not getting enough sleep rather than the school not allowing them to get enough sleep.
Lambert believes scheduling is an important part of getting enough sleep.
You know, throughout life you're going to have different schedules that you have to adapt to. When you go to college, your schedule is going to be different, and you're going to have to figure out how to adapt to that schedule. And when you work, you know, you're going to have to adapt to that, and it's going to be early in the morning. So I think it's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and get into the habit of that in high school.
Hopefully there will be a solution for better sleep soon.
And now let's head over to Chase Faircloth with the rundown.
I'm Chase Faircloth, and welcome to the Rundown. Here's the last week's scores. Thursday, women's varsity basketball lost 61-11, and men's varsity lost 88-56 against Knightdale. Over the weekend, wrestling had the regional meet. Thad Wilkerson placed second. Monday, women's varsity basketball lost 85-7 against Southeast Raleigh, and men's varsity basketball lost 85-44 against Garner. Here are some of the highlights.
Last Thursday, the Wildcats took on the Knightdale Knights on home court. Aaron Davis hits a triple with an assist by Andrique Cole. Andrique Cole sets up Jakim Graham in the post to get 2. Late in the game, Jalen Langley pulls a move to add 3 on the board. The boys ended the game with a loss 88-56.
The wrestling team has just won conference. Mason Butcher reports.
The wrestling team won the conference this year for the first time in a while.
The last 2 years were the first 2 years in 10 that they didn't win the conference. They won 9 in a row. They didn't win last year or the year before, and we won it again this year.
Sophomore Justin Smith and junior Nick Garbarino share why they think this year's team was special.
As a team, we work together. When we're in the room, we're always helping one or the other out. We're working hard. We're making sure the other person doesn't quit.
Yeah, we're all pretty close as a team, I think.
Prendergast says that he plans to continue to stress accountability and high character issues.
That to me is the most important thing, is that these kids behave themselves and that they conduct themselves in a particular way that is favorable towards the program.
Smith speaks highly of the coach's new tactics.
I think he influenced us with being more mature and being clean and overall working as a team.
Prendergast strongly believes that there is a connection between athletic and academic performance.
When you fill the room with kids that work hard in the classroom, that translates to working hard in practice. And if they have a place to be and they feel like this is their place to be, we're going to get better and better and better.
I'm Mason Butcher, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Mason. Last Wednesday was College Signing Day. Victoria Thomas signed to Kutztown University, Tony Mack signed to North Carolina AT, Tatum Brummett signed to UNC Pembroke, Garen Giddens signed to Barton College, Robin Pollard signed to University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and Noah Lyles signed to UNC Wilmington. Congratulations. I'm Chase Faircloth, and that's your week's rundown.
Thanks, Chase.
The wrestling team is back on top.
Speaking of on top, Caitlyn Pharris is a candidate for governor's school. Landry Connors gives insight.
Junior, Caitlyn Pharris has been dancing since she was 6 years old. Pharris says her former dance instructor inspires her the most.
Her name is Miss Eileen, and she taught me when I was little, and she's recently taught me again this year and last year, and she's just an inspiration as a dancer and as a person.
Though Pharris enjoys all forms of dance, one sticks out to her.
I like contemporary dance the most because it's more emotional, and I dance to express myself. It just works.
Pharris's passion and drive for dance landed her an audition for governor's school, a summer program focused on academics and the arts.
I hope to learn to better myself as a dancer and just grow from the experience and to meet new people and just to try new things.
Though she enjoys it, Pharris says dance can be time-consuming.
It takes a lot because I dance here at school and I dance at a studio, and so I'm dancing from 2 to 9 every day, with breaks of course, but it's an everyday thing.
Pharris shares her most memorable dance piece.
Last semester I had to do a dance to a spoken word poem, project thing, and that dance meant a lot to me because I made it really personal. Dance is everything to me. I could not imagine me not dancing.
I'm Landry Connors, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Landry. Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Greyson Betz.
And I'm Hannah Creech. Thanks for watching and have a great week.